everybody. Welcome to Unlocking Lore, the storytelling podcast in which I, your friendly neighborhood storyteller, and you, the friendly neighborhood audience, goes deep within the storytelling world. So glad to be back. It has been 2 weeks of break, you could say. So the first week was like I wasn't feeling too well, so I decided like it's not worth it. So I was like, okay, guys, I'm not feeling so well, so bye bye. I'll see you next week. And then the other week, well, my good friends on Inside the Booth, we're doing a review on Terror on the Prairie. So since we do share uh, many things in common, including audience, I said no, let's push this together. Let's work together. United we are stronger. So I said, guys, I'm going to push back my stream. So go to after the weekend. Sorry, not after the weekend. To Inside the Booth. Oops, shameless self-promoting. Uh, go to Inside the Booth. Check out their stream on Terror on the Prairie. So and yeah, and now we are here a week later. I don't know about you guys, but weeks turn out fast. So it's amazing because like it's like it was just a couple days ago, and now we're Thursday again, and tomorrow is Friday. Friday. So let's see who we have in the chat. Well, Dreaming Tabitha was in here in the morning, and I know she is here right now. So hey, Dreaming Tabitha. Yes, we have tonight. We have a very very interesting story. This one I have been working on for just a little bit. It is a Russian legend called the Sea King's Daughter. I think you're gonna like this. It's not very very long story, but it really captured my imagination, which is what I think that is also very very important when I, the storyteller, tell you guys a story. So we have also the great Dunadan. Hail, Isildur's heir. I hope you've had a great day. We got Sam Mathai in the morning, Friday morning, July 1st, Canada Day. July 1st is Canada Day, Sam. So you go celebrate for me. Maybe it's like not from India, but celebrate with me. So I hope you have a really, really good morning. And then, yes, Dreaming Tabitha again. We got JT, 1/3 of After the Weekend. Hey, great stream last night. Thank you so much for skipping like giving me a little bit more than just the swimsuit ad, which was, I was really surprised like when Legion didn't actually capture like the first part. It's like, dude, read it. When I saw it and I read it, I was like, whoa. I was laughing so hard. But afterwards, thankfully, you kind of uh, went after that, So, no, you ordered to be bold sweatshirt. Oh my gosh! Oh, thank you, Tabitha. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, I please let me know when you get it and when you have it on. It's like, and then we have Dax. Hello, Dax. Hope you're having a good day. Can't say, yeah, I know. Yes, I know you work hard, and I understand that you have to leave early, so no worries. You can always catch, the replay, and I am doing a little bit of work in putting these podcasts onto Spotify or Anchor, whichever platform you may use for audio. So you guys can have a little bit more taste of storytelling, but just the story. There's no interaction like the audience like we do with the live stream. So yeah. So yes, Canada Day. Yes, July 1st is Canada Day. Remember that Canada is a constitutional monarchy. We never actually, you could say, got an independence from England, which is why in the coins you see the Queen still there. We do have we do foster like a love for the Queen, and well, may he rest in peace, the prince consort. So so yeah, I mean, it's a national holiday. It's a national day. It's a beautiful day, July 1st. Thankfully, um, I mean, I usually like June, but sometimes it kind of gets to me. But this time, I'm really thankful. And so yes, R2. Oh, okay, thank you, R2, for just popping by. You guys are always. You guys know I'm always happy that you guys stop by and even you bounce off quickly. So, but thank you. Yes, remember I put a ticker. I finally put a ticker. I'm gonna turn it off when it's a story per se, so you guys won't get a little distracted. But yes, remember to like, subscribe. All the links in the description below. You guys know me. You guys love me. So, and we got Rogue Disney. Hey Tom, congrats for the Geeks and Gamers thing of park hopping. Very very awesome. You definitely went way off in subs with me. I remember the time when we were fighting for subs. You definitely surpassed me, and I am really really happy for you. And with this new thing with Geeks and Gamers, you are definitely going to go skyrocket high. I know it, and I love it when my friends succeed. It just fills my heart with joy because I love seeing my friends go much more than I do because I know they're my friends and they deserve it. So, so yeah, awesome for you. Should I blow up? No, don't blow up. No blowing up. I know you like fireworks, but don't blow up a good bottle of maple syrup. How dare you? You drink it with your coffee if you like sweet coffee, or you have it with your nice pancakes or waffles, or basically with everything that you can possibly get in your kitchen. Maple syrup goes well with everything. And like the real stuff, the real maple syrup, the stuff that you like. It tastes like woody. That syrup, not. I can't say Aunt Jemima now because oh, I hope I'm not. I'm still alive if I said that. Like the old one, not that one. You can blow that one up, but not the real maple syrup. So yeah. And also a big shout out, just for the record, today's my mom's birthday. So she is already up in Canada with my dad. They're probably seeing this live stream right now. So I sent a huge kiss and a huge virtual hug because I can't hug her because we're like 50,000 miles away. Um, but I know she's there. And I know that she is really happy to be back. She just, rubbed it in my nose that she already knew where the local library was, and I was like, no, not jealous, not jealous at all, not jealous at all. I want to whack her on the head for telling me that, but that's okay. I mean, it is her birthday, so. And hey, Legion, it's your mom's birthday too. Oh, buddy, tell her I send her a huge kiss and a hug from your good pal all the way from Peru, Maria. Please do so. Moms are great. My mom is great, at least, and probably yours is too. Although I don't know if she actually saw you wearing that pink wig with a big unicorn. I don't know what she would say to that, but I definitely know that you know that she's a very very good person. So yeah, it's great. We can blow up for Canadian. That's so not right. We have fireworks. Tomorrow there's going to be fireworks. Definitely. And it's a holiday and it's Friday. And you guys got the Royal Rumble. Friday night's Royal Rumble. So you guys can talk about that. I won't be able to make the stream. As you guys know, Friday for me is a little bit tricky. But you guys can talk about me. You guys say beautiful, wonderful things about me. And I will know because my ear, if your right ear itches, it means people are talking good things about you. And if your left ear itches, it means they're talking trash and they're kind of ranting on you. So beware, Legion. I'm warning you. Talk good things about me tomorrow. So we got a little bit more. He said, we feel sorry for America's hat. Nice place, great people, horrible. You're hitting hard, Dax. You're hitting hard. I have to agree with you. Great place, wonderful people. Like, horrible is an understatement. Horrible is an understatement, so yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Sam and Ryan. I'm just going to blow this up just in case you can see that. Mom, happy birthday to you. And also, Legion says happy birthday, and we should say best day ever. Probably R2's going to clip that, but that's okay. My E just, it means you probably got a mosquito bite, R2. I'm sorry. But if your right hand itches, it means money's going to come. And if your left hand itches, it means money's going to leave you. Now, if your right foot itches, just scratch it. I don't know what it means. And if your left foot itches, again, scratch it. No? So I always say nice things. Well, okay, I'll give it to you. At least about me, you guys say nice things. You do say nice things. So we can celebrate by, no, Celine Dion, no, come on. And Justin Bieber, give the guy a break. He has facial paralysis. By we don't know what could have been that. He's not supposed to say anything, but yes. Legion, I'm not even going to read your chat, okay? I'm not going to read your chat. This is a PG, you could almost say PG-13 stream. Come on, man, keep it clean. This is my stream. Keep it clean. That was just sick, okay? Okay, clap your hand. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. This is a great introduction to my wonderful traditional storytelling stream, isn't it? Right. Okay. So I hope you guys are ready. I am definitely ready. This is a very, very beautiful story. I hope you guys enjoy it and enjoy the magic of storytelling.
In a world where legends come back to life and magic is in the air, we gather around to listen and delve deep into the lore. This is Unlocking Lore.
Once upon a time, in the faraway lands of Russia, there lived a musician by the name of Satko. Now, Satko lived in a small city, but a wonderful one, called Novgorod. Now, Novgorod was placed right beside a great and beautiful river, the river of Volkhov. Now, Satko was very, very well known because just like the traditional storyteller who was invited to all the events, was invited to the great feasts, almost revered like a king or a queen. The musicians had somewhat the same place, but except there was a little difference. The musicians were very much poor, but Satko didn't mind. He would play his instruments in and out, and the rich people of the city would go to him and say, Satko, I have a great feast tonight. Why don't you come and liven us up? And Satko would smile from ear to ear, said, Of course, these are free food. Of course. There's always free food and vodka. Excellent. Then I will be there, said Satko. And that was night after night. And even though he did get his fill, they never really gave him much. They would spare him a few coins. But what was a few coins for the delicious feasts that he would savor each and every night, and the happiness that would be filled in the halls where people danced to his music, sometimes lively music, sometimes very slow and sad music. And well, in these great feasts, there were also beautiful girls with beautiful dresses, and they would dance and very lively and laugh and look at Sadko. And there, once in a while, they would get a little bit closer and bat their eyes. And Sadko, well, let's just say some of those girls did place some fire into his heart. But unfortunately, since Satko was very, very poor, he would never be able to go a little bit further. Perhaps we could put it that way with the girls, with the young ladies, the beautiful women. And beautiful they were. And it was once in a while when there was one that really, really pleased his eye, and he would come closer. And when he would get close, there was another man eyeing him. The type of eye that would say, stay away from her. And Satko, being Satko, would go back to its place and keep playing his music. And he was very sad because of that, because year after year, he would never be able to get close to the one that he felt could be his future bride. A poor musician had no hope for the future, no hope for family. His friends would come along and say, Satko, well, why don't you get into something? Make your money. But artists, being artists, saying, no, why would I do something that I didn't like when I can play music night after night, get free food? Yes, I would get a few pennies, but just enough to buy some new clothes once in a while. And that's how he lived, year after year. But each year he got sadder because he did know that his future was on the line. That he was getting a little bit into the years, we could say. And it was one of those nights that he was really, really, really depressed after being with some beautiful women and one that caught his eye. And again, he tried to get close, and there was another man eyeing him and saying, stay away from her. That he would go to the river, Volkov, and he would sit down and he would play his music to the river, the most beautiful river that there was. And he would say, my beautiful river, if only you were a woman, I would be so happy. I would marry you in this instant. And we would play music together and we would be such a lovely couple. Happiness would be filling my heart. And it was one of those nights when the moon shone over the river that he was playing his music when he heard something in the water that made him stop. He saw ripples, more ripples than usual, and they would make bigger and bigger and bigger, and he felt that the ground was trembling and trembling until suddenly, splash, out of the water came a magnificent man, an old but very strong man, with hair that was dripping down and a beard long with filled with seaweed, and on his head a crown of pearls. Sadko was so frightened that he couldn't move. The man looked at the musician and said, Sadko, I finally meet you, my good man. It has been years since I have been visiting my daughters here in the river. And we would hear your music, but never would I be able to see you. And finally, luck has blessed me. Sadko looked up and he realized it was the Sea King. The Sea King looked at Sadko and said, why don't you come to my palace? I want you to come tomorrow night. I'm be heading, going to be having a great feast, and I want you to play for us. Liven this up. Have my guests dance away the night. And don't worry about compensation. I'll give you something that will help you decide. And the king took out a fish and threw it. Sadko got up and saw that the fish was still moving, but when he got closer, he could see that the scales were made out of pure gold. And when Sadko got closer, the fish started to calm itself down. And finally, it was solid gold. Laughed the Sea King. I will see you tonight. But Sadko says, so, Your Majesty, I'm sorry, how do I get to your palace? The king looked down and said, oh, I think you can figure that out. Take that little compensation. Go get yourself a boat and I'm sure you'll find your way. And with that, a great laugh, the Sea King went into the river and disappeared. Sadko put away his instrument and grabbed the fish and looked at it. Pure gold. Amazing. He went back to his house and, well, he tried to sleep, but he couldn't. He looked through his wardrobe to find his finest gowns and his finest clothes. And he went, and he couldn't see. What am I going to do? He said to grab a boat. So he went to the dock. He grabbed a sliver of that gold fish and gave it to the boatman and said, when are you going to set sail? Oh, this afternoon, he said. We're going to go out through the river and into the Baltic Sea. Are you coming with us? Yes, yes, reserve my place. And Sadko went back, running back to his house to stash his golden fish. Dressed in his best attire, Sadko grabbed his instrument and went running back to the boat. And the ship set sail. They sailed down that beautiful great river Volkhov. And he went out into the sea, all the way to Finland, to the Baltic Sea. And he was thinking and thinking, looking at how the sun was setting and saying, it's dusk now. It's almost night. How will I find the palace? And he was just wondering how he could possibly get there when all of a sudden the ship got stuck in the middle of the ocean, said the sailors. And even though the sails were filled with wind, the ship did not move. The sailors looked out and said, "It must be the Sea King. He wants a tribute. Who has done something?" And they started to look around, and Sadko, "Not to worry, my good men. I think I know the solution." And before the sailors could do anything, he grabbed his instrument, he grabbed something heavy, and he jumped into the ocean while the captain and the sailors screamed their head off, trying to stop him. And down, down, down he went. But amazingly enough, instead of having the pressure of the sea crush his head and his bones, he felt lighter. And instead of seeing darker and darker and darker as he went down, when he looked up, he saw blackness. He looked down and he saw light. He could breathe. A miracle. Not a miracle. It was fortune. It was the Sea King and his permission to enter his palace. And when he got down to the seabed, he walked till he saw some sort of waterway. And when he passed through, he saw such a magnificent palace as nothing as anyone had ever seen, filled with jewels and shells and pearls and everything that, well, everything that we humans could possibly imagine. And he walked towards that. His clothes, amazingly enough, were dry. And when he got to the palace, he knocked on the door. And the great doors opened. And what a sight. But not so much as one would think. Because when Satko came in, and everybody was looking at him expectantly, yes, he was the musician. Everybody had to wait for him. He saw things that, well, one wouldn't imagine to see. At least in the fantasy world, where he saw crabs and he saw, eels and he saw dolphins. He would think he would see, more people. But no, he saw the life of the sea. And there, in the great feast hall, was the king, and right beside him, his beautiful queen. Sadko, you finally made it. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Please, liven this up. We want to hear your music. And so he did. He sat down, he put his instrument, and he started plucking on the strings. And everybody started to dance. The eels would roll around, the crabs would move around. And there, afterwards, who did he see but beautiful women, river nymphs? The sea king's daughters came up, and they started dancing as well, one more beautiful than the other. And Sadko, while he was eating, he was smiling. What a sight! What would the people in my town would say? My beloved town. And he would dance and dance and play music all the night away until finally the Sea King said, "Lively music! I want to dance." And up he went, and he started to dance along with his daughters and all the sea creatures. And he would dance faster and faster and faster and more livelier. And Sadko would play faster and faster. until finally Sadko heard a voice near his ear. He turned a little bit around and he saw the queen right near his face. He said, Sadko, I know you're a good man. Do not play your music anymore. For although you see the Sea King only dancing up on the surface, there is a great storm. And the faster he dances, the greater the storm that makes ships dance one by another like toys, and people are drowning. When Sadko heard that, he immediately plucked one of the strings. Your Majesty, I'm sorry. I am truly sorry. I, my instrument. It was an old instrument, but it's ruined. I can no longer play for you. No worries, no worries. It was a wonderful dance. Don't worry, I'll get you one, a new one for you to play some more, but not tonight. In fact, Satko, I like you. You're a good man, a wonderful musician. What say you that you stay here with us? You can live here in my palace. You can have everything that you want. Oh, Your Majesty, thank you very much, but I could not leave my hometown. It's my beloved town, said Satko. I could not leave my beautiful river, the great river Volkov. Volkov, huh? No worries, my good man. Well, if you can't stay here because of the music, well, I'll marry you to one of my daughters. A great marriage. Right here, right now. What say you, everyone? And everybody started clapping. And Satko was was terrified. My daughters, come along. And one by one, the river nymphs, the Sea King's daughters, would parade around. And the Sea King insisted that Satko choose a bride, but he couldn't. One more beautiful than the other? Satko, you can't choose, huh? Oh, I'll make it easy for you. I'll marry one who fancies you. And just then, one of the smaller ones slowly lifted her head and said, Father, long have I wanted to see Sadko. I've always listened to his music when he sat down by my shores. Sadko, do you recognize me? And Sadko got up and looked at the face of the beautiful nymph. And surely enough, it was the nymph Volkova, the nymph of the river Volkov. Oh, Volkova, of course you know Sadko more than I do. You hear his music every time he goes to your shores. Yes, a great match this will be. And all of a sudden, the great hall was transformed into a wedding hall. And Satko looked down, he saw gorgeous clothes on him and saw his future bride. But before he could get close, the queen again went to him and whispered to his ear, Sadko, you are a very good man, but I warn you, if you kiss or even embrace Volkova just once, you will never see your hometown again. Be warned. So the wedding took place. The bride and the groom went to the wedding chamber, and they lay down. And Satko sometimes would look to his side to his beautiful bride. She was so gorgeous, everything that he could possibly imagine. He could be happy with her. And then the queen's voice would whisper into his ear, "You will never go back to your city again." And during the whole night, he would hear that, and his hands would freeze to his side. Volkova turned around and said, "Husband, why don't you embrace me? We are husband and wife now. We will have a very, very beautiful future together." Um, it's just that in my hometown, we have a custom that the husband and wife do not touch each other on the first night. And when Volkova heard that, her eyes turned sad. And he said to him, "Not now. You won't embrace me now. Then I'm afraid you never will." And with that, she turned around, fell asleep. And Satko, still frozen in the same position, also fell fast asleep. In the morning, he woke up, and where was he? He looked around, and he was on the shores. He was on the shores of his great beloved river, Volkhov. It was all a dream. Was it a dream? And when he got up, he looked at his clothes, and the wedding garments were still there. "It wasn't a dream," he said. And when he turned around, he saw a huge chest. And when he opened the chest, he found riches that he had never seen before in his life. He quickly closed it up and took it back to his home. He was back to his beloved hometown, but without his beloved wife. Was it his wife? We don't know. A few years later, Satka became a merchant. He started to do trades and things with the new riches that he had. And soon he built his own company, his own trade company. He was a very rich merchant. And soon enough, he found a young lady that also pleased his eyes and won his heart. And they were married. And Setko had many children. And what a lively house that was. He would play his instrument, and his wife and his children would dance around. He's a very responsible, loving father. And everybody looked at him and said, "What a blessed man. I wonder what happened to him." But he never said a word. He lived his life very, very happily. Except once in a while, his wife obviously noticed it. Once a year, he would get very sad. And he would take his instrument. His wife would never follow. She respected his privacy. She trusted him. And people would tell her that he would go to the shores of the great river Volkhov. And he would sit down and look at the river and start playing his instrument. Sometimes sad music, sometimes longing or yearning, until the sun would set. And legend has it that sometimes Satko would catch a glimpse of something stirring in the water, and a head would come up with eyes so radiant and beautiful, the eyes of a once beloved girl that he saw down deep in the sea. And he would play his music until that head would disappear. And this legend was passed on from generation to generation. And who knows, if you ever go to the river and play your instrument, perhaps you will see a ripple in the water and a head that pops out and sees you. Well, thank you very much. I hope you guys like this story, The Sea King's Daughter, a Russian legend. This one was, again, this one, I haven't worked on it that much, but it did capture my imagination while I was researching ocean stories. I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. So, yeah. Thank you so much. So I'm just gonna go through the chat because you guys were typing while I was telling the story. Well, some of you were. So I'm not gonna go through some of Legion's chats because that was kind of gross. But yeah. Oh, Dax, thank you so much. It's an intro that yes, I'm very, very proud of. It's very simple, actually. I used a couple of free, copyright-free videos, put them together. I mashed them up. I used some copy-free or royalty-free stuff from that master of the TDS helped me with, and I just kind of, I used my voice, kind of like what R2 does. But thank you so much. Hey, Bone! Nice to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. And no, Dax, it wasn't Aquaman, okay? And you can imagine it was Aquaman, but it could have been Poseidon or anybody else, but no, Aquaman definitely wasn't. So no, it was not Jason Momoa, okay? Although he has fairly attractive. That's a very good question. So can a mistress be invited? I don't know. I'm not sure how to answer that question, Rogue. I'm sorry. But yeah, Rayron, thank you so much for stopping by. Wing hugs for you. I hope everything's going well. Guys, Rayron is already posting some new collector's stuff on his channel, so go check that out. It's always nice to see like new stuff coming out, and he does do some really, really good shots, Rayron. I gotta learn from you. So, and Tabitha, I thought the story was going was totally going to end when she turned around away from him and went to sleep. No, I thought so too when I first reading it, and actually in the story, I can actually put the link down there. There's like some asterisks, some starry things saying that there's like an epilogue underneath, stating how Sadok actually had a life after it. But yes, he was kind of yearning for her, but again, the fact that he didn't belong in the sea did you know was a lot. So my mind was my mind is was Jason. Well, yes, and thank you, Dunadan, always clapping. You know, guys, the applauses are always a way to show the artists that they are really good. Thank you very much. And Sam, I know you are like one of my biggest fans on the channel. So uh, again, circumstances brought me to like 2 weeks of no stories. But yeah, we're gonna be tracking on. We're going to be back on track. And just before, because it is 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock in some places, so I'm gonna be wrapping this up. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be extending the ocean stories since I wasn't able to do my two last stories. I'm going to be extending it for two more stories of oceans. Theme, it's an amazing theme. Hopefully I will get, maybe I can get somebody, another guest storyteller on. I don't know. And if not, you'll just have me. But then again, I'm so awesome. I am. Aren't I awesome? Anyway, okay, yeah, shameless. And guys, before you go, I did post something this morning while I was doing the while I was putting up the chats and just kind of arranging stuff. Yes, Drew is going through a rough time, so if I mean all the every tip, you guys know that I I accept every tip and every help I can get. But instead of tipping me, I hope you'll find it in your hearts now to help him out a little bit. Every little bit helps, even just clicking and reposting it to on your Twitter accounts or any other platform that you guys have. So yeah, I know he's been having a very very rough time these past few days. He has reached out to me to at least for some moral support. And well, this is the least that I can do for him is like just put it in the chat. Well, anyway, thank you so much, guys. I will see you next week, because next week, 4th of July, my American friends. Happy 4th of July to you guys. We will not be seeing each other because after the weekend is going to be taking a break. I mean, it is 4th of July. Come on, guys, celebrate it. Fireworks. I will be celebrating tomorrow, July 1st, Canada Day, National Day, all the way out. So, guys, with that, I will be saying goodnight to you. I will see you guys next week. And check out tomorrow, Friday night's Royal Rumble with Dax and the people from After the Weekend also, and other amazing people. Probably, maybe, I don't know if Dax is going to be there. Thank you so much for staying on, Dax. I really hope you like it. Anyway, I will be saying good night, everybody. Signing